We're out camping and got even more kids with us than normal. Going to be checking out this gully, grabbing some samples and bringing them back to the river, which is down there, and see what we get. So we've just walked up the trail following this gully and lots of really cool spots to check out. But now we've got a split. So we can head up there. I'm not seeing any signs that any places that are immediately apparent that would be good to check out. Or we can head over to this one, and this is the more obvious path.
Yeah.
So which way do you reckon, Angus?
That way, because if you go up that way, the hardest one will be harder. So if you go on that one, you won't expect that one will be hard enough. Right,
okay, well let's go with that one then. So we're getting steeper, and we're starting to get some interesting rock formations here. Well, I reckon we found a spot, boys.
Yeah. We have found a spot!
I don't think we're going to get better than this. Oh. So what we need to do, Ollie, is down here, we need to dig out these rocks. This is easy digging. Right, and shall I have a go?
Yeah.
Cool. That tripod didn't work so well. There's no gravel.
No, it looks very just plain topsoil, doesn't it?
Yeah. So not so. Whoa. We're getting little bits of gravel, so we might stick that in a bucket, so don't scatter it too far.
Yep, no.
In fact, actually, let's just get in the bucket now.
This stuff here you want?
Yeah. Just come across a little chamber in there. Yeah. Now in this close up of the dirt, you can see we were digging here. You can see that there's very little gravel. The gravel is very sharp. There's not really much, if any, signs that it's been water worn. Now that is not a surprise because it was very evident from looking at this gully that it didn't experience much flow. So the catchment for it must be relatively small. But we figured we'd dig it since we'd climbed up there. So we haven't come very far and the kids are getting fractious. So we've got one bucket from that little side gully. We're now working our way up the major gully, which is pretty rocky. The bed here is seriously coagulated, like it hasn't been dug over recently. And I'm not seeing anything kind of crevicey yet. But maybe this will be a good spot to come back to, just there. Well, I reckon we found our spot. That looks too good to pass up. And actually, Angus, can you go up the next couple of cliffs and see if there's water up there? Yeah, no, go straight up the cliff, don't go up the side. No, Oliver, no.
Ollie.
That way. That way is much more dangerous and you won't get a mine shaft in the creek. Now, Angus, don't trust the wood, okay? The wood is likely to break. So let's clear away some stuff. It would make good film if you smacked with that. Of course, you'd have to get it on film. My oomph, as you clocked me with it, wouldn't count.
No, not really.
Yeah. And I should introduce you. So everyone, this is Matt. Matt's my workhorse. He's already getting in there and moving the logs out the way and pulling out rocks.
Doing the grunting.
Wow, look at that. That's actually, that might be a real amount of water once we clear it out. So just watch this stuff. Do you know about this sawgrass?
It cuts really well when you go up against it. Yeah, it cuts really well,
yeah. Hey, Arlen, can you see Angus and Ollie and Eli? How much water do you find? Oh, wow. I hope there is gold in this creek because there's just so many spots, so many crevices to work. All the way going up there. Look at that.
Same thing all the way up, is it?
Yeah, it's full on. It's getting into some pretty reasonable cliffs as well.
Wonder if there's water underneath each slope there is here.
Well, I think that the water's there because it's got bedrock there.
Hey guys, look!
Pretty full on waterfall up there. So in these cliffs, I'm seeing a lot of fissures and cracks. I'm not seeing any quartz though.
Yeah.
But back down the hill, here, we've got lots of little fingers of quartz through the rock. Here, these little veins kind of flaking off. More, oh, that's actually quite a big lot there. Quite seriously mineralized. And again, this is where I'd love a monster to be able to put the metal detector over it. Mind you, I'm not sure I want to be digging with that weight of rock just above me. But this is all these veins of quartz running through it. In both directions by the look of it. That one's coming in and intersecting that one. While I've been exploring up the creek, Matt's been digging and he's taken this down quite a ways. Like I know it's only a short shovel, but still that's quite, that crevice is going down. So we've got this lovely bluish clay down the bottom, and so if there is any gold in this creek, then we'll find it in this crevice for sure. So Matt's taking a lot of care to get out the bigger rocks and stuff, but I'm just going to get him to, you know, fill the bucket up because this is a sample. What we want to know is there gold in here, and so it doesn't really mean.
Well, it's not more so much that we like that.
Well, we don't, but you know, at the moment it's more speed and the speed we're after. Well, I think that'll do us. We've got a bucket there, but that crevice is nowhere near cleaned out. So if we find gold in here, we'll have to come back up. The kids have all run off, and they were fighting over which tools to take up, but they've all run off, and we've got to carry everything back.
We're going back to camp. Go on.
Go on. Yeah, go on. See, now this is why you bring someone along, so you can get them to do all the heavy lifting. So we got this gooey, sticky stuff. Yeah, and you want to get it, make sure it gets through the classifier. So you want to do it in water. Yeah. Because it's a lot easier in water.
Okay, just run the water through.
Yeah, yeah. So find a calm, deep spot. And the thing I'm liking about it, as I'm feeling it, is it's gritty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a smooth clay by any stretch. Sort of wash it from the pan in.
Just a little bit at a time, yeah. Yeah, you can go faster than that. Put it in.
Without being suspended in water, it was just sticking together a lot more than I thought it would.
Yes, that is a goat. Done. Now, we give it to Matt to finish off. Oh, yeah, but I'm not seeing a whole lot sitting anywhere in there, though. No.
Did you see anything or?
No, not seeing much at all. One speck! You've got to be kidding me! One speck. Oh, that is the worst result possible. Bringing the bucket from all the way up the bloody hill down here was really, really heavy. I think it'd be easier to take water up the hill. That's actually not a bad idea because if we classify it up there, we only need carry far less back, although it'd still be bloody heavy. Oh well. So at this point I lost Matt because he was off to cook dinner. So I went back to my other hole and we left to soak overnight because it had all that clay in it. And I brought my cordless drill along with the paint stirrer. So we're going to stir it up, break it down and classify it before we throw it through the solution. Right, that is not going through there very easily at all. So let's try mixing it up a bit more. And faster. Ah! That almost went down my boot. Oh. Oh, it did go down my boot. Oh, my socks are wet. So there's footage of the clay running back into the creek from that heavy clay sample is going to be used to explain one of the aspects of lamellar flow in the next episode of the fluid dynamics of prospecting. So if you haven't seen those, there's a few for you to catch up and stay tuned for the next one, which will be coming out shortly. So after saying to Matt that I hope there's no gold here, it looks like there's actually a reasonable amount. Some little yellow specks in there. some quite decent ones there. In fact, I'm seeing more. The more I look, the more gold I'm seeing. The thing is, I haven't really, I can still see lumps of clay in this. So there could be more gold in here than I'll find. Oh wow. I'm seeing black gems already. God, you wouldn't have thought it from that sample. It just looked like dirt.
It did, didn't it? It didn't look anything special at all.
No, but the thing is, that's why you sample. Like, yeah, if there's going to be gold here, it's going to come through this way. Alright, the flow's reduced. So maybe it's not as much gravel, but look at all those blacks coming through already. Look at them all. All those black gems. Okay, I'm pretty sure that was a yellow stone, but if it wasn't, there's a very nice picker in here. Alright, let's see what we got. A few garnets, lots of those black gems. There's the first speck. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's all fine. But look at it all!
Wow.
That's one pan. That's one bucket. And that was just dicking around. Look at that. Right, well that's why you sampled. And that's why, just look at it. The only problem is, it's all the way up the bloody hill and there's no water. And the clay sucks. Yes, we'll be definitely going back to that gully. Well, probably both gullies because, yeah, we didn't get to the bottom of the other crevice, but geez, that low flow gully, that it didn't look like much, and we got that from just one sample off the top. And the only reason I dug that spot was kind of the best looking spot out of not much, and I didn't want to keep on trekking up the hill. But like I said, it's a long way up the hill. It's dry as dry, and the clay is shocking. So if you guys have got any suggestions of how to process clay, I'd love to hear them, because that was really thick clay. And what I think my strategy for that gully is going to be is, well, walk up it further, get a better look of what's going on. But if it's being such a low flow gully, that means that any chunky bits of gold aren't going to travel very far. They're going to be up there wherever it's coming from. So if I can trace those back, I can maybe not worry about the clay, maybe not worry about the fine gold, and get to the closer to the source, and maybe get onto some pickers. Now I can do that with my alluvial gear, but I'm really starting to feel the need for a detector of some sort. I've just got to get the cash together to get one, which on my budget is tricky. So coming up, we've got the video from the other hole that I was digging on this trip. A lot of fine gold we pulled from it, and I've also got the next episode in the fluid dynamics of prospecting, which I filmed while I was there, so that's coming too. So if you don't want to miss any of those things, make sure you're subscribed, and please, if you have a solution for that sort of heavy clay, please let me know, because I'm definitely going back to that spot. So catch you guys later, have fun.